Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for December 8th to the 15th, 2023. I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me so that we may pull our energy into sync across time and space. With each breath, dropping more deeply into that beautiful body. Finding ourselves more deeply present and aware as our bodies are a compass and know our truth. I also invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth, like the trees that surround you wherever you may be, grounding you here and now in this present moment, and providing you with a wonderful conduit through which you can easily and effortlessly release anything that no longer serves you. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I am here with all of your children now and in the future to do this reading for the week, December 8th to the 15th, 2023. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening now and in the future, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is uppermost and important in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in the window that we have together here today. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, wisdom, healing, transformation, peace, upliftment, enlivenment. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming and for creating this amazing circle of light around the globe. Wherever you are part of our gathering. Anything that doesn't match these intentions and frequencies of love, clarity, and light is welcome to go now. And let's begin. So, Creator, what is it that we most need to know right now for our personal and collective highest and greatest good for this week of December 8th to the 15th, 2023, so that we may navigate these times with grace and ease, beauty and wonder, for our good and the good of all those we love, and this beautiful planet and all life on her. Okay, starting with first card, which is in the position of the past, but it's not the past as in gone and forgotten. It's past that's relevant into our present and our future. The Hierophant is the Pope in other decks. It's key number 5 of the Major Arcana. Major Arcana is having to do with our soul growth, our evolution, our reason for being here. And this is the card of the inner teacher. This is the card of going within and leaning into the wisdom that we all have access to when we create the space and honor that opening within ourselves to the collective field of life and light. This is informing us that our growth on this level, our practices, those things that bring us into deeper connection with ourselves and with our wisdom and with our capacity to hold more light on the planet at this time. This is important going into our present and in our future. We need to lean into these practices. We need to, if we've perhaps dropped them, it's time to pick them up again, or find a new practice that allows us to be anchored in this beautiful and magnificent energy. So this is informing our present. This is important. We have a second major arcana, and as you know, if you've been watching these readings for a while, when we have multiple major arcanas, it's really a pay attention time in our life, a time of transition, a time of growth, a time of expansion, a time of awareness, a time of increased consciousness about ourselves and our place here on the planet and our relationship to others. The World. This is the last card of the major arcana. And of course, it's never the end, but only the beginning of a new cycle. But the World is portrayed as this dancer with the world behind her. And it's a reminder that we are here as magnificent co-creators with the life force energy. We are here embodied in human form at this time, doing this crazy dance on this planet because we chose to be here. We chose to come. We chose to bring our unique perspective, gift, and skill set to the planet at this time to be part of the evolutionary unfolding of humanity at this time. And we know it is an unusual time. There's a lot of going on. There's a lot of light being shed on areas that maybe were dark before. There is an expansion of the field of humanity. We are becoming more than we were. We're becoming aware of how much more that we are. And as a result of that, all of us are expanding. The planet is changing its frequency, which is impacting our frequency. We're moving through a different place in space at this time. So that's new light and energies and frequencies that are coming to us that we've never had before. This is a big time of transformation for humanity. We've talked about it before in the recordings. But it feels like just we need a reminder of that this is a time of change and transformation. And we're not here as passive participants. We are here as co-creative elements. We are here to engage, to be on the dance floor, to be dancing our hearts out, not sitting on the sidelines and hoping somebody else is going to fix it or it's all going to come together okay. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go and throw yourself into something that is not congruent with you. What's really, really important at this time, thanks to our grounding, our tools, our methods for connecting to the broader, wiser part of us and anchoring more of that broad frequency in our field so we become, I guess in some ways we could call it more spirit self in a human form rather than just density and small human consciousness. That's what we're aiming for here, what we're trying to leverage. And all those beautiful practices like yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, and many, many others that I'm sure I have no clue about and that are all over the planet and have always been part of our traditions. These practices are here to help us hold more light. They're helping us to become more light, to facilitate our evolution, our rising, our becoming more, and to facilitate our engagement as intentional cooperative components of the unfolding of life at this time. So this is very strong, this energy of really holding our power, of really being empowered and not being afraid to step into what it is that we're here to do. And how do we do that? What is it that we're here to do? What is that P with that capital P purpose that we all feel that we need to find out about? Our purpose is to discover who we are. Know thyself. We're here to figure out who we are, what our preferences are, and move our life in that direction. Because what lights us up, what inspires us, what is our highest enthusiasm in any given moment is an indication of life pulling us towards more life. That brightness, that, as I said, the energy of enthusiasm, of excitement, of inspiration, that rising of energy, of light, of love, again, excitement. I'm circling around here, but you understand what I'm saying. That quality is what we need to be looking for in our lives, and we need to orient our lives towards that, because that's the trajectory that will be the most fulfilling, satisfying, and gratifying in terms of fulfilling our purpose. We will meet our people. We will develop our skills and abilities. We will have opportunities to share those skills and abilities in wonderful ways with wonderful people so that we can show up and be seen and acknowledged for our contribution, as well as facilitating that for others. We will be the cooperative components in the lives of those around us. But we have to go in the direction of the yes. And we get a lot clearer about that if we spend more time in our body, which is where those practices come in again. It has to be safe to be here. And we come home to the body through the breath. A lot of the time in our culture, we have been pulled out of our bodies into our minds, and our minds go wandering all over the galaxy, the universe. We're here, we talk, we have ideas, and it's very exciting, but we're not here in our bodies. We're not present and grounded here. This is where we know our yes and no. We have to come back to the body in order to distinguish what it is that we're here to do, what it is that's next, what it is that's our highest enthusiasm in this moment. Because when we're here in our body, we know. We know, is it a nap? Is it a walk? Is it a chocolate? Is it a vanilla? Is it a cake or a cookie, a coffee or a tea? You get the picture. We can distinguish what we want when we're home in our bodies. If we're out wandering the universe with our mind, we're not tuned in here. And it's very, very difficult to have a wise and grounded choice or decision if we're coming just from the mind and not the mind integrated with the body. Near future, a third one. How exciting. This is going to be a good week and beyond. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, what comes up must come down. What goes around comes around. This is about what are we putting into the universe? What are we laying down? What track are we laying down in our lives? What carpet are we rolling out? What karma are we generating through our thoughts and intentions and choices in this moment? This cycle, the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune, this idea that we are continually living life, and then life brings us back what we've been putting out. It matches our frequency, it matches our intentions, it matches the energy that we are expressing. Life is always meeting us where we are. And that's why this intentionality and why practice is so powerful. Because when we are clean and clear and holding more light and being embodied and following our yes, our field expands, our human field expands. We hold more light, we hold more clarity, we hold more wisdom, we hold more inspiration and possibility, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. And so this is a reminder that we are the ones creating the field that we live into. We are the ones who are laying out the blueprint of it through our words, through our choices, through our actions, through the emanations of our heart, the emanations of our frequency, our feelings, our emotions. So when we feel gratitude, when we feel love, when we feel inspiration, when we feel, those high frequencies, we're pulling more of that energy into our field and into our experience. If we're at a lower vibration, and there's nothing wrong with that, we're not always uber high all the time. That's just not humanly possible. They're the limitations of the field. They get higher and wiser and broader and easier when we do these practices. That's why these are so powerful. That's why these are part of our human tradition. Because we are here to become more. We are here to strive and expand and hold more love and light in our field so that we can be the broadest, wisest expression of ourselves. And the Wheel of Fortune reminds us of this. So yes, even though we may be operating maybe not at enthusiasm all the time, what I would encourage you to pay attention to is, where's the brightness in your life? Where's the shiny thing? Where is that which interests you? Just notice and turn in that direction. Say yes to the yes, even in small ways, because you're building a relationship. You're building a relationship with yourself. You're building a relationship with the universe. You're showing the universe that you mean it, that you're moving ahead. It's very, very, very inspiring and enlivening and joyful and full and rich when we turn towards our yes and start moving in that direction. So even if it's just a small thing, start paying attention to that light in your field. So even if you have no idea, you're coming to this and you've never heard of any of this stuff before, pay attention to what lights you up and turn and say yes to it. Because that's where you're going. That's what you're going to create more life from. The shininess, the brightness is life calling you into more life. So we have to pay attention. We've got to move in that direction so that we can generate more love and light for ourselves, for those around us, and for our collective experience on the planet. All life here. The foundation card, why we're having the reading, is the Seven of Hearts, the card of illusion. So we need to be paying attention. Well, we don't really need to pay attention to the illusion, but we need to be aware of it. We need to be aware that there's illusion on a number of different levels here. If we see we have the angel, she's standing at the bottom and she's looking up at all these hearts and they're beautiful but it's a lot. She can't take it all in all at once. And I would say that we do live in a time where there's just so much going on. We can't take it in all at once. So what are we going to pay attention to? What are we going to give our precious attention and focus to? Because what we give our energy to is what will grow and expand and come into our field of life. So what do we want? We need to be paying attention to where our attention energy is flowing. And we need to realize too that this three-dimensional existence that we're living right now, this human field, this earthly existence, could be considered an illusion. It's like a dream. We're here for a very short period of time. We have an incredible opportunity to be embodied, to have sensory pleasure, to engage with others, to co-create with others, and do something wonderful while we're here. But you got to remember, it's not forever. It's for a short window. So how are we availing ourselves of this incredible opportunity to be a powerful manifester, creator, expanded being of light while we're here on the planet? How are we contributing to the continued evolution and expansion of all that is through this Maya, this illusion of being here in dense form, in density, in embodied? Because ultimately we are infinite beings. But this window right here, right now on this planet at this time is sacred and precious. And it's really important for us to grasp that and accept it and move towards our yes, move towards the experience of living this as fully as possible, as richly as possible, in a way that's as generous and expanded and full of love and light as possible. And gratitude, of course, because that is that beautiful high frequency that's so close to love. And then the universe sends us more to be grateful for, more to love, more to be generous about, more to be expanded about. So this is a beautiful reading this week. There's just this reminder of leaning into our practices, leaning into our meditation, our movement practices, our connection to nature, those tools that ground us and connect us to our wisdom and our broader, wiser selves, so that we can have more of that here in this embodied form. We can have more of that incredible field of life force, God energy in our human fields, so that we can be clearings for more of that on the planet and create magnificently while we're here in human form. And ultimately realizing that we are the ones generating it. So what are we generating with our attention, our focus, and our will? Where are we putting that generative capacity that we each have? Are we dwelling on things that don't serve us? Are we buying into the illusion? Are we buying into the story? And are we distracted? Distracted from our good? Are we distracted and putting our energy where it doesn't belong? And as a result, not expanding this or creating, ultimately what's happening here is if we do that, we're creating more of the same for the future. This is why it's so critical for us to understand that right here, right now, in this moment is our point of power, our point of generative capacity. We are creating our future from right here, right now. That's why your thoughts matter. That's why your words matter. That's why your choices matter. Because from this moment, you are laying down the track along which your life is going to travel. And you're either limiting or expanding your possibilities. I hope that you will choose to expand your possibilities, to follow the yes, to follow the shine in your life. Where is the light? Move towards it so that you can bring more light and life through and be that magnificent clearing of good that you are inherently in human form. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's go on to the card to grow on. 3 major arcana, my friends. Like I said, it's a good week, good energy coming up on the solstice. I'll be doing a reading for that, by the way. And I also just wanted to say in this moment, while I'm shuffling, that I have more spaces for individual appointments opening up in the month of January. So if you'd like to come and have an online reading with me to start your year, set the tone and the energy for your expansion and fulfillments, I would be delighted to work with you. There's information under this video if you'd like to connect. Okay, Creator, what is it that we most need to know for this, as we go through with this information from this week? What is it that we need to carry and be aware of in our hearts? Please summarize this reading into a card to grow on that we can carry with us in our heart and mind. And remember, our set point for this week for our highest and greatest good. So the Prince of Pentacles. Pentacles is the earth element. It has to do with all the beautiful material things that make life amazing and worthwhile. Pentacles, the earth element, is all about the embodiment aspect. We're here in human form. We have senses that allow us to drink in life and the beauties of life in magnificent ways. We need a roof over our head because we have human form that needs to be sheltered. We've got to be paying attention to this material aspect because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and the human aspect must be cared for and loved and supported into its best, because we cannot thrive if we're not getting enough sleep. We cannot thrive and shine and be bright and glorious if we aren't nourishing ourselves properly, if we're not moving properly, if we're not breathing deeply enough, if we're not drinking enough water. We've talked about MEDS, that acronym. I didn't get that right. But anyway, the short form MEDS: meditation, hydration, exercise, diet, and sleep. Remembering that, because that is like a key to taking care of this human form, so that this human form can hold more love and light within it and be an even broader expression of the glorious life force that it is. Pentacles is that earth quality. Princes are knights in other decks, and they meet situations that transform quickly. So this week, let's leverage this awareness that we have to make powerful transformations in good ways. Let's harness this energy to transform our physical in good ways. So we can change things in good ways quickly for ourselves by simply making a different choice in this moment. Making a choice that is more supportive of your light, of your good, of your well-being, of your happiness, of your thriving. And it starts just in this moment, right here, right now. What decision will you make? Will you go to bed and have a good night's sleep, or will you plug into another Netflix and stay up for another couple hours? That's just one random example that came to my mind. But that idea of self-care so that we can adjust and adapt to the changing circumstances of our material world. And we can also harness this energy to change our material world in positive ways for ourselves, directing it and guiding it ourselves through our intention, through our embodiment, through our wisdom and understanding of how the energies of the universe work. So, the Prince of Pentacles, change, transformation on the level of the material. How will we harness it this week? How will we leverage it so that we take all that we were just talking about in that earlier spread and carry that goodness forward so that what we manifest is powerfully for our good and powerfully for the good of all life and all creation here on planet Earth? So, a good reminder, powerful creators that we are. And with that, nice deep breaths back into the body. Coming home to you, coming home with the breath. It's a powerful practice that can be applied anywhere, anytime, just coming home to ourselves. Let's close our eyes and take another nice deep breath together. And I'll close the reading. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future listening to this recording. Thank you for this opportunity to do this work, to bring through these beautiful messages that are here for our good, for our expansion, for our capacity to become all that we are, to share our love and light in good ways with each other and with the earth, for our good and the good of all life everywhere. I ask that we have support and help in integrating this understanding in beautiful ways into ourselves, so that we hold this wisdom. We hold more light, more love, more energy and frequency of a high nature, that we turn towards our light, towards our good, and say yes to it in as many ways as possible, so that collectively and individually we move ourselves along the path of love and light, inspiration, appreciation, gratitude, fulfillment. I'm so grateful to all those who hold us gently with love and light and humor on the other side. And I'm grateful for all the support and help that we are receiving every day, all the time, for our good and the good of all life everywhere. I'm grateful for you. Thank you once again for being here, for listening to this recording, and being part of the energy of these readings. They come through because you're here and you want it to happen too. So I'm grateful to you for making it possible. I wish you a beautiful week. Much love and light. If this reading has inspired you, please share it with others so that we can build the field of light together. I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday. Bye for now.